Prologue Productions podcast,
where we talk about spooky stuff.
Spooky, scary character backstory.
Spooky. Honestly, some of them are pretty scary.
Some of them are pretty morbid.
I'm definitely scared of a 10 on the tragedy meter. That's what I'm scared of.
I don't know what we're going to do when we hit 10.
I don't either. They're just like not even.
They're dead.
They're dead. We just move on.
Make a new character.
Just kill them. Yeah.
10, make a new character.
Yeah. Anyway, welcome back, everybody, to the Prologue Productions podcast. I'm Jake.
And I'm Jacob.
And it is October 30th. So we are on Hallows Eve.
All Hallows Eve.
That's right. Everything is jumping out here at the office.
Ooh.
Spooky.
Spooky.
Spooky, spooky. Well, with all of the spooky things out of the way, let's say we jump into another episode and we make some characters for Dragons of Stormwreck Isle.
Exciting.
Very exciting. It's the second starter adventure, aside from Lost Mine, pushed out by good old WOTC, Wizards of the Coast. So we figure, let's help out the starters.
Yeah, it's a good place to start, you know what I'm saying? You know what I mean?
It is. Yeah.
Excellent.
It's officially endorsed.
Yeah.
It's a good place to start. Very simple.
Simple, straightforward
robust.
Adventures, robust, gets the ball rolling. It puts you in a good setting with a wealth of different adventures and ideas to go off of to extend farther than the initial adventure. So
that's right.
What better place to start?
That's right. And that is incredibly important to bring it all the way past that and think forward, like we have mentioned so many times, because we love playing this flipping game, and hopefully you do too, and you got to keep it going. Okay, let's begin.
Shall we?
What are we doing first?
We are rolling for class.
We're rolling for class. That's a D12, just like always.
Well, we did add Blood Hunter.
Oh,
to
we're
this
rolling
book.
a D20 and a D6 now.
Yes, so we have a D13.
Yes.
So now, in a previous episode, we were flubbing on mathematics. So a 2 and a 3 is a 1.
No, a 1 and a 2 is a 1.
But you can't roll a 1 on 2 dice.
You're right.
So 2 and 3.
So we have to get a 26 to get a Blood Hunter then?
No, 20.
See?
Listen. It's a flawed system.
It is a flawed system.
But it's our system.
But how about we just roll?
Just roll.
Let's just roll the dice.
Just roll the dice.
A couple clickety
See what happens.
That is a 17 and a 5, which is a 22, which, if we're going by the original system, is a Warlock.
A Warlock,
which is a class we have not done yet.
We have not done Warlock.
No,
that is very tasty.
Warlocks, as everybody knows, the sugar babies of casters.
The sugar babies of casters.
Yeah, if Paladin.
That's a great way to put it.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
They have to do what their patron tells them to do, or by God, they lose their powers.
Well, yeah.
AKA their money.
Yeah, it's okay.
They're sugar babies.
they're sugar babies.
It's true.
Poor warlocks.
Poor warlocks.
That's okay.
That's okay. Well, we're going to come down here to Warlock. We have 9 choices for Warlocks. Every Warlock is based off of basically a pact that they make with an entity. Would you like to describe for us what a Warlock is like and what kind of pacts they can have?
With the dark stereotype of being evil, Warlocks are feared. Usually these are mortals who have signed a magical contract with immortal entities where the entity will gift them magical power for a price of servitude. A magical sugar.
I'm saying a price for servitude. Yeah. AKA put out, bitch.
A little bit.
You know what I'm saying?
A little bit. Yeah, it has a lot of backstory already baked into the class itself because you had to make a pact with something.
Absolutely.
So that already gives your character a drive and a motive. It's going to be whatever that entity wants, or you fight against it, and then that's going to have repercussions to some extent, and then it's a lot of fun.
It's great. It also gives a lot of opportunity for the GM to bring in like crazy, super powerful beings. And just for an example, some of the classes listed here, we have Pact of the Archfey, Pact of the Fiend, Great Old One, aka sort of like eldritch horror, basically. Celestial, Undying, Hexblade, which is with a magical, powerful weapon. Fathomless, which is with a creature of the deep ocean.
That was a recent one.
That is a recent one. With a genie or with an undead, which sort of is the same as the Undying pact. There are some slight differences.
Yeah,
but we won't really go into it.
Gameplay-wise, I believe they vary to an extent, or they vary a little bit. Mm-hmm. But thematically, you can kind of they're kind of interchangeable.
Yeah. All right. Are we ready to roll on this table?
Absolutely.
It's out of 9.
Yeah.
So I'm going to roll a d10. And if it's a 10, I reroll.
Sure. That sounds
right. You agree with that? You have any...
I have opinions, but I'll keep them to myself.
God, what a wonderful day. What a wonderful day today.
That's perfectly fine.
The sun is shining, and that is a 6.
A 6 is the Hexblade.
Ooh.
A magical pact with an entity that is or gifted a powerful weapon.
That's right. Everyone loves a good Hexblade Warlock. Mm-hmm. One of the few that are usually a little bit more frontline.
Yes. It's a little bit more of a hybrid, like melee caster role, kind of like an Eldritch Knight, a little bit, flavored a little bit more towards the spellcasting.
Not as just actually dumped on mechanically. Hexblade is like more or less viable.
Yeah.
And Eldritch Knight, a little meh, but you can still make it work. If you want to do it, you should do it.
Yeah. Another wonderful thing about warlocks is they have their
fun.
I heard it as I said. I heard it the second it came out of my mouth. I'm like, oh no! Yep. And you caught on to it. And I'm really proud. I'm proud of you for that.
Surprised.
Yeah, that's right. So yeah, one of the great things about warlocks and why it's also a fun little thing if you're looking to multi-class, or for those who don't know, is to kind of take a couple levels in one class and then go to a different one. Just to kind of diversify your abilities while losing some of the higher end ones from other classes. Dipping your toes in Warlock, you get Eldritch Invocations, which are abilities that are granted to you from whomever you had made the pact with, which give you a tool set that's very pointed.
Yes.
For example, they have one in which you can cast... where is it? It is you can cast Disguise Self, the Mask of Many Faces.
Mask of Many Faces is very useful.
Yes.
In any campaign.
Normally how many other casters use their spells is you cast a spell, it uses a spell slot, and you get the effect of the spell. With Eldritch Invocations, if they have a spell attached to it, it allows you either a once per day ability you can just cast for free without using a spell slot, or some of the weaker spells can be casted without using a spell slot as often as you like. Like the Mask of Many Faces says you can cast Disguise Self without expending a spell slot.
Yes.
So that's something you can just do whenever you want.
There's many ways to diversify your Warlock specifically, and you get an invocation at a very low level.
Yes.
So it's not a waste of time to put a couple levels in a Warlock. I don't think we've ever really talked about multi-classing before.
Not really.
On the PPP.
No, but... No. I mean, out of all the classes, I think Warlock is one of the most popular to multi-class.
It works with the majority of the classes, I would say. I think pretty much any class. Also, it's very easy narratively to work it in. You know, like, oh, my fighter stumbled upon an ancient evil artifact. Suddenly he's multi-classing into Warlock.
Yeah.
You know, so if you're more of a narratively driven GM, DM, or whatever the hell you call yourself, you just throw in something, they make a pact for power, whether it's for good or for evil, boom, sudden power up, level up.
And all the Warlock subclasses are varied enough, and there's at least one that focuses on a different style of play, whether it be focusing into casting, whether it be focused in melee combat, whether it's focused at tanking. There's one to pick if you're trying to play it more like mechanically speaking.
Yes.
There's something for everybody.
Absolutely. Totally agree.
Yes.
All right, let's check out the race.
Yes, race.
I'm going to be rolling it.
Race.
I don't know why.
I don't know.
Somebody like breathily saying race into a microphone just feels very 2024. All right, I'm going to roll a D20.
Yeah.
Oh, I got on this dice, which is a fuck you. That's a 20.
Oh, fuck you.
Fuck me is a 1. Fuck you is a 20, which is reroll. Which is reroll? No, it's a Tortle.
Oh, you're right.
It's a Tortle.
A
Warlock Tortle. Don't make that face.
A warlock.
Don't make that face.
A warlock Tortle.
Oh, wait a second. We forgot to roll. No, a Hexblade Warlock Tortle. Oh,
Hexblade Warlock Tortle.
Hexblade.
Hello.
I hardly.
Excuse me. That is a sentence I didn't think I'd ever say.
A Hexblade Tortle. I like it.
That is crazy.
You thought we were gonna have to reroll, and then I was like, hell no, motherfucker. That's a Tortle.
Now, for those who don't know, Tortles, as their name suggests, are humanoid turtle.
Turtle people.
Yeah. Carrying their shelter
Anthropomorphic
on
turtles.
their back gives Tortles a special feeling of security wherever they go, for even if they visit a far unknown country, they have a place to lay their heads. Isn't that sweet?
That is sweet.
Isn't that nice?
They have some very interesting increases. They have a lifespan that is on par with the majority.
I believe their lifespan's a little bit shorter than humans, but not by much.
Well, talk about a Galapagos tortoise, and
That's why I always
back.
that's what I thought it was weird. I thought you would think turtles, they kind of look like bipedal tortoises, and tortoises live an extremely long time. They can live over 100 years.
Yeah, you can live for 150, 170 years.
Yeah.
Not elf-like.
But turtles
in its longevity.
But turtles, at least canonically, I believe, actually live a little bit shorter than humans.
Whatever, dude.
But
Tortoises live forever.
tortoises live a long time.
They live a long time.
Yes.
So can a turtle. Another thing they can do, they have claws that they can use to make unarmed strikes. I feel like that's a very common trait amongst non-humanoid races, or like humanoid but like animal races. Like I think
Tabaxi have
it. Wait, do they
Leonin, I believe, have that
Leonin
as well.
definitely have it. I don't know if Tabaxi have it.
I feel like they should. They're cats.
They are cats.
Cats have claws.
Cats do be scratching.
Dogs
Oh
have
yeah,
claws.
it says cat's claws. You're completely correct.
Yeah, come on.
Dang.
Don't trust me.
Yeah, I think do all of the like animal classes just have a they have claws.
Yeah. They can also hold their breath for up to an hour. So that's really great for any sort of aquatic thing. They also, because of their shell, they have a unnaturally high armor class, or naturally high natural armor class.
Great for a
17,
spellcaster.
which is really great.
It's really good.
Yes.
For especially if you're a first level spellcaster and AC 7.
You can bolster that with a shield. I don't think you're allowed to wear armor. You can't wear armor, but you can use a shield if you'd like.
Yeah.
Also, any sort of spells or magical items that you get to bolster your armor class can do that for you naturally. Yeah. So,
but imagine you're a different race. You're a human and you're a warlock, and your natural AC rests at like a 12 because you're a warlock and you have a dex of like 2, right? You apply mage armor, which first of all takes up a spell slot and takes up a spell in your repertoire.
Yeah.
Tortle, you ain't got to do that.
Saves you a spot.
You're already at 12, or actually it's more. It's 17.
You're already
not
at a
15.
higher than average armor class for your level, and it's not, and it wouldn't be worse than another class's armor for a while.
That's true. Another thing they can do, very turtley. They can, as an action, go into their shell, get a +4 bonus to AC, and have advantage on strength and con saving throws. But you're prone, your speed is 0, and you can't increase your speed, and you have disadvantage on dex saves. You can't take reactions. Only action you can take is a bonus action to emerge from your shell. Still, you're put into a corner, go into your little shell. Get right in there. Beautiful. That was my going in the shell noise.
Love it. Sounds good.
Okay. All right, moving on. Next up, we have background. I will be rolling another d20 for background.
You wrote that background.
I hope we get something
You
good.
wrote that background,
I hope we get night.
You want night?
I don't know why. I rolled a 17.
Are you feeling night?
No, I got to reroll 17.
You're feeling night?
Although
we did already roll.
Rolled
this
up
is
a
new
pirate.
though. This is different.
We rolled up a pirate for the Lost Mine, but a pirate warlock turtle, that just makes sense.
It's fine. I mean, let's roll with it. Let's go with it. Because this is a different flavor of pirate.
I see what you did there.
This is a different flavor of pirate.
It's true.
It's totally different.
I agree.
Whereas for those who listen to Lost Mine of Fendelver and all those beautiful characters, Timothy Bones became a pirate of circumstance.
He did.
Didn't necessarily want to be a pirate, or he just kind of joined a crew and found out later that they were pirates. Where perhaps this person just wanted to be a pirate their whole life, or maybe we're gonna
also a turtle pirate. It
feels
just
right.
makes sense.
It feels right.
Yeah. Okay. So just for those of you who have not listened to that one, let's go over some of the things that you get from the pirate background. What do you think, Jacob? You think that's a good idea?
That sounds lovely. Let's do that.
So you sailed on a seagoing vessel for years. You faced down mighty stores, monsters of the deeps, and those who wanted to sink your craft to the bottom. There's some questions that they think you should cover, like who sailed with you? What kind of ship were you on? How famous were you? Were you widely traveled? Is it missing and presumed lost? Is it still out there? Plying the trade lanes of the high seas?
Yeah, I think flushing out the pirates and their crew was less important for Timothy, but I think this character might be a little more important, so we might want to get into that.
I think that's actually, yeah, I like that. I think getting a little bit more into, because it says, discuss the nature of the ship you previously sailed with, right?
This was the ship that you had sailed on before you became an adventurer, is what it's.
And it's the pirate background, but it also mentions, were you on a merchant ship, a naval vessel, a ship of discovery, or a pirate ship? So I think that pirate's sort of a catch-all a little bit in terms of like a sailor.
Yeah, anything that's not like directly some sort of sailing merchant vessel. I mean, it's the less savory version of sailor.
Or sailor the most savory version of sailor.
Well, the more dangerous of the two, where sailor's a little bit more benign and this is a little bit more
sailor is definitely another background.
Yeah. So sailor's the more benign version.
They have the same description.
They do.
Oh.
But that's the good-willed version, and this is the not.
Yeah. No, it does say you spent your youth under the sway of a dread pirate, a ruthless cutthroat who taught you how to survive in a world of sharks and lawlessness. You've indulged in larceny on the high seas and sent more than one deserving soul to a briny grave. Fear and bloodshed are no strangers to you. And you've garnered a somewhat unsavory reputation in many a port town. And your feature is bad reputation. No matter where you go, people are afraid of you due to your reputation.
So scary.
So scary.
Yeah, you don't want to... Yeah, snitches get stitches, man.
That's right. Snitches do get stitches.
Mm-hmm. I think we need to get a little bit more fleshed out of their personality and stuff. Because there's a lot. We got a lot of moving pieces here. So, shall we?
Let's do it. Let's head over to our personality master table here.
That's right.
I'm going to be rolling a D100 to find what kind of traits our Tortle friend here has. That is a 79.
79 on our personality table. 79 is going to be, I am horribly, horribly awkward in social situations.
I mean, I think as a warlock, although a little tough. Warlocks are charisma casters, but maybe that is less of a thing that happens in a social situation as far as, you know, a charismatic quality of this Tortle person. And maybe they're more charismatic in like very large settings, or like as part of a crew, like part of a team, they integrate seamlessly. But when it comes to like social interactions, like
maybe interpersonal relations, he's a little bit more difficult. Doesn't know how to connect with people, but definitely knows how to leave a good first impression to get what they want. Because he's a pirate.
Yeah.
Right? He's a pirate. His goal, money, pillage, plunder, whatever, what have you. Booty.
Just like me.
Get booty. And
My goal.
Maybe when it comes to interpersonal relationships, he doesn't know how to do it.
Yeah. Perfectly fine.
I think this should be a lady Tortle.
A lady Tortle?
Ooh. That's fun.
I've waited to do that.
So she's horribly, horribly awkward in social situations. So yeah, very astute when it comes to having social interactions within a large setting, especially when there's drinks being passed around. Maybe when they're feeling, you know, once the drinks are flowing, maybe it's a lot easier for them to interact with other people. But yeah, when it's one-on-one, doesn't know what to do, doesn't know what to say.
Maybe freezes up.
Maybe
retracts. Maybe goes into their shell a little bit.
I see what you did there.
Turtle.
I see what you did.
All right, we're gonna roll on the ideals table. See what kind of ideals our Tortle friend has here. Oh my. That's a 4.
4 on the ideals. Change. We must help bring about the changes the gods are constantly working in the world.
Okay.
which is a chaotic.
It says chaotic.
It doesn't feel chaotic.
It feels like it could
very
go
lawful.
either way. It feels very neutral to me. Like, we must help bring about the changes the gods are constantly working on the world. That could go either way. Like, the gods are in charge. Let's just let them do their thing. Or no, I guess we must help bring about the changes. I guess
that
we must help, I think, is the kicker there. It's like, oh, we have to do it regardless of what it is. And I think that's chaotic. I think that's why it says that.
Interesting. Okay. So I'm thinking, yeah, maybe this character, wherever they hailed from before becoming a pirate, or maybe what's the god of the sea? I can't remember the god of the sea that they have in their pantheon.
I think technically there's a couple. There is the one that really comes to mind, I think, is Melora, I believe, which is sort of like the god of the elements.
Wild Mother.
The Wild Mother.
Also known as Mother Nature, Maiden of the Deep Woods, is a divine of the Albionic pantheon.
It does say specifically Deep Woods.
The Deep Woods. It's just, she's Mother Nature. I do believe that there's another... Melora can also be extended to that of the sea, So maybe was because turtles are very in tune with or close to nature. It's very common for a turtle to become a druid.
Turtles?
Sure.
Yeah. Sure. Turtles love to travel.
That's what I think.
Why, last time I was in Hawaii, I saw a turtle traveling through the bay. One of the bays.
See, that's what I'm saying.
They love to travel.
They love traveling.
Just flippering. You know how it is.
So, perhaps she was an idealist, or maybe Melora,
a follower of Melora,
that of nature, and something had happened to her where maybe she was called out to sea, and then you're a pirate, you do unsavory things, and you kind of get some of the finer things in life. You get the drinks and all the goodies and the
booty
and the substances and the booty. And maybe she had veered away from it and started praying towards Melora in a more selfish sense. Yeah.
And then an entity, a powerful, because Hexblade is specifically, that was weird. It was specifically a ancient artifact or powerful weapon.
Yes.
So somewhere on the high seas,
or
she found a weapon.
Maybe part of a haul. They had ransacked maybe a merchant vessel that was going from maybe the Moonshade Isles. They were heading to the Moonshade Isles towards Neverwinter, or they were heading up the coast farther up to head up towards Luskin, and they found an ancient weapon, like an artifact or weapon.
Transporting something.
They were transporting a weapon, or as part of their shipment.
Yeah. Or maybe like it was passed down from the captain of the ship to her. She took charge, and then everything went bad.
Oh.
I don't know. That's more of a tragedy meter thing.
Yeah, we haven't gotten to the tragedy meter. I know. I think that'll flavor.
My mind kind of goes towards tragedy.
That'll flavor it.
What's a Flavor Flav?
Yeah, it's okay.
Do I sound cool when I say Flavor Flav?
Absolutely not.
Hell yeah. Oh. All right, we're going to roll for bonds. Let's roll again. Bonds. That's a 27 for
bonds. 27 for bonds.
Bonds.
Is... A proud noble once gave me a horrible beating, and I will take my revenge on any bully I encounter.
That definitely feeds in to like the idealistic part of her nature that I think we're honing in on.
And I think this is why she had made a pact originally.
Probably.
Yeah, to get revenge on those who've wronged her. Ooh.
I will take revenge on any bully I encounter. Yes. She just hates people who are bad for no reason, and she is herself doing something that's a little bad for the sake of power. That's a good one. I like that one. A proud noble once gave me a horrible beating. Maybe somewhere in one of the cities.
Yeah, one of the cities, maybe. Yeah, this is a tough one.
This one is good because we have access to we could say they're from ostensibly any of the cities on the Sword Coast.
You can say any. Yeah, they can literally be from any.
They could be from Baldur's Gate, Luskin, Neverwinter, blah, blah, blah.
Or maybe there's a small community of turtles on the Moonshade
on an
Isles.
Island. Yeah.
They can be on the opposite side of the coast. They can literally be from anywhere. So I don't think that necessarily, I don't think where they're from necessarily matters.
But they ran into trouble.
Yes, they ran into trouble. And, Tortles are uncommon, correct? Perhaps a noble captured her while she was out traveling or doing something, and was taken in, and a group of pirates had attacked whatever settlement they were from, or maybe that she was on a merchant vessel. Maybe she was like a personal pet of some high-ranking noble.
Oh, that's awful.
It's terrible.
You're going that's so tragic.
It's so tragic.
That's super tragic.
So I think we need to get to tragic. We need to get to tragedy.
We were just fighting this whole time to get to the tragedy meter.
I know. I just want to know.
A couple of
because then it's like because then that shows like how we got here. You know?
Yeah, I feel it.
Yeah.
But first we got to roll a flaw.
It's the flaws.
A flaw. There we go.
Give me those flaws, baby.
Give me those juicy flaws.
Juicy flaws.
That is oh my goodness.
What is it?
I got to re-roll that.
Why?
Re-rolling.
Okay.
That is got to re-roll that. Re-rolling.
Jake.
I'm trying, bro. 68.
68. Okay, 68 is I made a terrible mistake in...
One more. Up.
I have little respect for anyone who is not a proven warrior.
Interesting.
Okay.
This woman is very headstrong.
This is a very, very, headstrong, very powerful, very strong woman who was betrayed in her past and just will not let it go.
And is just seeking power solely
for her own revenge.
That's right.
It's so... Now we need to roll.
Now
we need to see what happened.
First of all, we need to see how old she is.
How old is she?
Let's roll
so if she's been old, she's been looking for this person for a long time.
Let's roll a D4.
D4.
And I'm gonna roll it right next to the mic.
Yeah.
Because D4 is they just go clunk.
They go click.
Times.
They go click clack.
Yep. That's a 2.
That's 2. Adult.
Yeah.
So
sure.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Average. Okay.
I like it.
So happened, assuming that this happened in their youth, then when they were younger.
Mm-hmm.
Something had happened, something with some proud noble had happened when she was younger, and okay, got it. Beautiful. I need the tragedy. We need the tragedy because then this is how we handle
You're
this.
hooked on tragedy.
Well, I need to know.
All right, here
I
we
need
go.
to know how bad I can make this.
Here we go.
Or how maybe this proud noble just came and slapped her mom and just like, hey, fuck you, I coming for you. I don't know. If it's a 1,
Yeah. All right, let's do it.
I need to know.
That is a 6.
A 6.
A 6
okay.
on the tragedy meter.
Okay, 6 on tragedy.
All right,
so
that's
slightly above
average.
Okay.
Just a little.
So it wasn't captured.
So she
per
got
se.
actually beat. Like she got beat badly. Okay. That's tragic.
Okay. Here we go.
Oh.
So
cooking.
So no one necessarily died.
It's backstory time.
But perhaps maybe these Tortles are like a traveling band of Tortles.
He's cooking.
And they're coming into a town, right?
Sure.
And maybe they're sharing their culture, or maybe they have like a traveling band of performing Tortles. I don't know.
Go ahead. No, you know what? Keep cooking. Keep going.
That doesn't. They're traveling. Tortles moving very slowly, but they're moving.
Yeah, dude, they do be moving.
Yes.
Slowly.
Coming into a town where whatever they're doing has upset the local noble in the area.
Or it could be as simple as they are different, therefore they are bad.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
I feel like that'd be something very easy to make happen in the grand scheme of things. Like, the sort of noble mindset, the not egalitarian, that's the wrong
I hate
word.
you because you're different.
Yes. At first I thought you were saying that to me for some reason.
No, baby, no. I love everything different. Everything is different.
And then looked me dead in the eyes without blinking and said, I hate you because you're different.
No.
And I went, just for a brief second.
No, baby, I don't mean it that you.
I know you don't, baby girl.
First off, who is she? What's her name?
Oh man, yeah, I guess it is time to come up with a name.
Yeah.
Let's see what D&D Beyond says. Oh, also, hey, you know what? You know what we did wrong? We were looking at the. Oh wait, no. Oh, we were looking at the new Tortle from Mordenkainen Presents Monsters of the Multiverse. The old Turtle from the Tortle package is technically the Legacy Turtle. But Mordenkainen Tortle, which is the one that we have been describing, is still from the 2014 rules technically.
Yes.
And that's the one we have. I don't think a lot of people might have it. But it's an upgrade. I think everyone's a lot more happy with it. So we're going to go with that.
Now, if you're going off of culture and, you know,
Shelly,
turtles are often depicted in, well, you know, what's his name from Kung Fu Panda?
Master Oogway, yeah.
You could pull that sort of culture from it, so we can do some sort of Chinese or some sort of.
So you want to make him
Chinese inspired,
an Asian
Wu Yin might be a fun one.
I'll say this here. Let me read the description. Let me read the species details from the Tortle page.
Okay.
From Mordenkainen Presents. They have a saying: we wear our homes on our backs. They live on many worlds, most often journeying up and down coast, long waterways, and across the sea.
Oh, so they do travel, Jay.
They don't have a unified story of how they were created, but they all have a sense of being mystically connected to the natural world. I feel like that kind of lends itself
Druidic.
to the Asian aesthetic.
A little bit,
yeah. Maybe. Very Kung Fu Panda.
For sure.
Carrying their shelter on their backs gives turtles a special sense of security wherever they go. For even if they visit a far unknown country, they have a place to lay their heads inside their shell. Turtles exhibit the same range of coloration patterns found among turtles, blah, blah, blah. However you want to make your turtle's shell look is up to you. Big fan, I know you are as well, of having them have like a machine or like chimneys or like an instrument integrated into their shell.
Cool. I love it.
Super cool. That's what I'd do if I had a big old shell on my back. You know what I'd put in there?
What'd you put in?
An oven. You know what I would make?
What'd you make?
Pizza rolls.
Okay.
I'd be the pizza roll turtle.
Tortellini. My name is Tortellini.
Dude, that got me. That actually got me. Woo! All right. So, name for her. Pirate, Warlock, Hexblade.
Yeah.
Traveled. Let's just lean into the...
Let's lean into that part.
Yeah, let's lean into the traveler.
Maybe whatever name that she had before, she was named something different.
Because 6 is above average tragic.
Yeah.
So maybe like she was traveling with her family, they reached a settlement or they reached a major city and they got involved in some event that led to her being beat. I think
maybe what happened is that they're travelers and their presence there was benign, but the noble of the region, for whatever reason, didn't like them.
The noble of the region
thought they were an eyesore and treated them poorly. And her being a headstrong person, right, tried to defend the people who were being mistreated, and she got beat for it.
And then maybe her people are like locked up right now.
Yeah.
Maybe it was like a very high-ranking noble. But okay, let's rewind. How does this plug into? Also, I gotta say it before I go any further. You were saying like maybe they were crossing the street, but they were walking way too slow, and there was a noble in a carriage.
There's a noble in a carriage who's taking. Hey, you're holding up the line.
Oh my God!
And so maybe tried to ride past them, knocked over a couple people, and then so she comes in saying, "Hey, you need to apologize. You hurt my sister, or you hurt one of my friends."
Yeah.
And he's like, "What did you just say?" And then comes down.
What did you say?
Guards hold onto her, and then he beats her up and then imprisons everyone else and then casts her out.
Yeah. Or maybe leaves her for dead in the harbor.
Oh yeah. Yeah, beats her up. And then one of the pirates picked her up.
That could work.
Thinking that she was dead, maybe he's like, "Oh yeah, we can sell the shell." And then she's alive. She's like,
"Oh my God."
She's like, dark. "Oh my God, you're alive."
Yeah. Well, you're coming with us.
You're coming with us.
Oh, that is pretty tragic. And maybe this whole time she's been trying to get her way back to shore because she's still young. She is a young adult, right? She's an adult. But that could mean like 18 through 20. Maybe this happened when she was a little bit younger, traveling, has been unwittingly part of a pirate crew, kind of Tibby, slightly Tibbathy, for a while. Mm-hmm. And then when she finally got back to the city that her people were imprisoned in, they were gone. And either they had been released and continued traveling because they thought she was dead, because I don't think they would have been wiped out. 6 isn't tragic enough for them to be wiped out. No, they weren't wiped out. But a 6 is tragic enough for her to not know where her family is.
Yeah, they beat her up, left her for dead, her family mourned her, and they kept going.
Exactly. And maybe now she's looking for her family, mm-hmm. right? So why would she be on Stormwreck Isle?
I got a name.
You got a name?
Means blade of the sea in Chinese.
Oh man, go for it.
Hairen.
Hairen? Blade of the Seas?
Yeah.
Sure.
Yeah.
Hairen.
Or it could have been, I think, Hexblade. It could have been like a trident or like a spear or something.
It doesn't necessarily have to be
Hairen. Are you co-signing on that?
Yes. Send it. We'll think of a surname later.
Hairen.
Perhaps.
Mm-hmm.
Perhaps.
Beautiful. Yes. Hai, I don't know if I'm pronouncing that right, but Hai meaning sea or ocean, and Ren meaning blade or edge.
Indeed.
Yes, Hairen.
Indeed.
So, beaten up, left for dead. Some pirate vessel thought, hey, there's a shell we can take and sell to somebody. Some people probably buy that. Mm-hmm. And then she woke up and you're coming with us. And then makes herself useful as part of the crew and then actually integrates herself into that crew. Mm-hmm. I think that sounds great.
Mm-hmm. You know what, though? I am going to read a little bit more of the descriptions of the Hexblade Warlock.
Sure,
here.
Absolutely.
It says, you have made your pact with a mysterious entity. It says specifically from the Shadowfell, but I think that's more of a...
it doesn't have to.
No, it doesn't have to be the Shadowfell. It just says a force that manifests in sentient magic weapons carved from the stuff of shadow that can also be extrapolated out to magic, arcane in some way, shape, or form. Usually warlock, that usually means that they are, sort of a force of not necessarily even chaos or evil, but just like an overwhelming magical entity, more or less. In this case, a weapon that is tied to something, whether it be the Shadowfell, another plane of existence, let's say an elemental plane, or, maybe it was like an artifact left behind by a dead god or something, something crazy like that.
Yeah.
Some of the Hexblade features are you get Hexblade's curse. I'm good, dude. Hexblade's curse. You gain the ability to place a baleful curse. I'm losing it, dude.
Try again. It's okay. From the top.
Okay.
You got this.
All right.
I believe in you.
All right, let's go again. Mm-hmm. Starting at first level, you gain the ability to place a baleful... Jesus Christ. A baleful curse on someone. Mm-hmm. You basically get to have bonus on damage rolls. Any attack roll you make against the cursed. It's the word cursed. I can't say the word cursed for some reason.
It's cursed.
It's cursed. The word is cursed.
Yeah.
It's Hallow's Eve. Among other things, you get to curse the soul of a person you slay at level 6, which is you get to temporarily bind it to your service. And then you can kind of cause a spirit to rise from the corpse as a specter, which you can use. You get Armor of Hexes, you get Master of Hexes. You're basically hexing people left and right. You're causing a specter to rise and fight with you, which is pretty spooky, I should say.
Quite spooky.
Quite spooky.
Quite spooky. Quite apt for the time, I say.
I do agree. It actually is super... I didn't even realize this early. The fact that we rolled a Warlock on the day before Halloween. Hey, that just makes sense. Ooh, you got the
scary chills. Spooky chills.
Ooh, oh my.
Got those spooky chills.
Oh my. So yeah, that's kind of how the Hexblade works. How/why is Hairen going to Stormwreck Isle? How are we going to tie that in? Now, first thing that my mind goes to is that just like a majority of I don't know, I'd say the vast majority of characters, they're seeking power or information. Maybe they're seeking information they hear from somebody on the pirate crew. Maybe, you know what, I'm a little I'm a little attached to the idea that they inherited their Hexblade weapon from the captain of the pirate ship. I don't know why, but that just sounds so good to me.
Okay. Just proved herself being a headstrong woman, proved herself on the ship and rose the ranks from a presumably dead person all the way up to first mate or next in line to take over the ship.
That's right. Or maybe even she just became the favorite of the captain.
Yeah.
Because she was supposed to be dead. She was a young Tortle woman who didn't fit in on a pirate ship.
Maybe the captain can resonate with that.
Or maybe, because a 6 is still tragic, her family's not dead. The pirate ship got attacked and scuttled, got destroyed by another pirate ship or by a creature.
Yeah.
Or maybe even by a, God, I always forget the word. The pirate hunters. What are they called?
Privateer.
Privateer, or by a privateer. While they're getting sunk, maybe the captain died. And Hyren, maybe the captain passes this Hexblade, passes on the pact to Hyren. Hyren survives because she's a freaking Tortle.
So she inherited this curse.
Yes.
That's cool.
I like that.
That's nice.
And now she's looking for information because she doesn't know anything about this curse.
No. She just has something in her head telling her what to do. And she's like, I don't know what this is.
That's right.
I don't know what's happening. What's going on? And I think it was probably in a moment of duress too, when the ship was getting attacked. The captain was maybe the captain is already dead, and dead or dying, and she picked up the blade looking for something to defend herself with.
Ooh.
And her grabbing the blade sealed the pact.
That's even better because she didn't get any information.
Zero.
Suddenly she's just part of a pact.
Yeah.
And I like the fact that it's a blade is usually pretty good. I feel like we should make it like, what's a cool weapon for a Tortle to have? Like an axe.
Or what a trident could be.
Or a spear.
Cool, or a spear.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because it doesn't have to be a blade. It's just a melee weapon.
Not necessarily.
I like spear.
Yeah.
Spear feels kind of good.
Spear feels
or
good.
It can be a...
How about
a pirate could be a cutlass, but that's kind of...
How about a sling?
No.
Okay.
That's not cool.
Yeah, you're right.
Slings aren't. I mean... No, this isn't Usopp. This is Godslayer. Godkiller Usopp.
Yeah. Usopp has a sling. A slingshot.
Yeah. The sling's with the thing you spin around. And then you flick it.
Yeah.
Yeah, you whip it out.
Wait, do that again? Yeah, whip it real good. That was actually pretty good.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
I'm very talented.
Okay.
I'm feeling spear. I'm feeling spear.
I think it kind of fits into the Asian aesthetic as well.
It fits into the Asian aesthetic. A spear is also a very dominant weapon on the battlefield, and this is a very headstrong, dominant person.
That's right.
So it kind of reflects
Hates
the personality
bullies.
a little bit. So yeah, there to protect people who've been bullied. It's a defensive weapon. I feel like this goes nicely with
and I feel like her personality, especially like hating nobility, like hating bullies, and pirates, while they can be bullies, but she was probably part of a pirate crew where they had morals. Like they were pirates, they'd kill people, they'd get loot, but at the end of the day,
maybe they didn't even kill people. Maybe they just commandeered merchant vessels and then left.
Oh,
and then
pirates kill people. Let's not be naive.
No,
okay.
Scuttled the ship. Maybe killed people who didn't cooperate.
Yeah,
but didn't kill everyone.
Yeah.
They still had a moral they still had a moral compass that they
had the pirates code and they adhered to it.
Yes.
Right. And that also, so if you're doing this character as a GM, maybe Hyren's captain actually didn't die. You know what this sounds like though?
What does it sound like?
I'm just realizing this sounds a lot like
what?
Ford from Campaign 2.
Yeah.
This sounds a lot like Ford's character from Campaign 2.
But that's fine.
I guess.
It's different.
I just want everybody to know.
No matter how hard you try, you're always gonna pull from something. There's only so many stories that have been told, so it's gonna sound similar to something.
That's true. I just wanted to shout that out because if if somebody's out there who's a critical role nerd like a me.
That's Forged campaign.
Yeah, that's Forged Stone from
turtle.
campaign 2.
She's a turtle instead of an orc.
And she has an Asian accent instead of a country accent.
Southern accent.
Which is actually, spoiler alert, not his real accent.
No.
Bum, bum, bum. Anyway, I like it.
Okay. So we're sticking with in the moment of duress.
Yeah.
Took
I like
it,
that.
and all of a sudden was bestowed this abilities, and maybe without even thinking, she's just like casting spells and stuff, and killing the people who were trying to take over the ship. Ultimately, maybe the ship still did sink, but helped defend some of her crewmates, and maybe some of her crewmates are still alive because of that. So,
I like that.
And then gives opportunity to bump into some of her fellow crewmates.
Yes, maybe some of her fellow crewmates wrecked off of Stormwreck Isle. Maybe they got washed up among the detritus, or maybe she literally just got washed up on a Stormwreck Isle. Oh, maybe she wasn't even supposed to be there. Maybe she's not on the ship.
And is looking for her crew because she thinks they're washed up here on Stormwreck Isle.
And that she meets the rest of the party. She didn't even arrive on the actual ship. She is just there.
And wakes up in the first encounter, right? Of it, they reach the shore and they have to deal with this isn't a spoiler. They deal with zombies, right?
Sure.
She wakes up on there and then immediately is like
in battle. With her spear. That's the only thing she has is her shell, some supplies, and her spear. And suddenly she's like, where am I? Who are you? What are we doing? Oh my God, I got to find my crew.
Yeah. Ooh.
That's good.
This is so exciting.
I like
it. I love it when it comes together and you just get...
It's just savory.
You get those goosies. You get the goosies. And...
You get the goosies?
Yeah.
I hate it when you say that. Yeah. Also, if anybody's listening if anybody's listening right now, just kidding. If you're listening to the podcast, at this very moment, look up Chinese soft shell turtle. Just do it. Just do it. Don't even think about it. Type in Chinese soft shell turtle.
They have an extremely long neck.
They have an extremely long neck.
And they
look like
nose.
an uncircumcised penis. And their nose kind of looks like a pig nose. They have a very elongated face, and the nose, it almost kind of looks like a spear. It looks a little mole-like.
Kind of looks like a spear.
A little bit. But I am just loving the idea that Hyren looks like one of these guys here.
I think they're cool. I think they're very interesting.
I think they're super cool too, but boy, howdy do they look silly.
They're not it's fine. They're cool.
They're cool.
They're super cool.
You can be silly looking and still be cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, like you.
Okay. You didn't have to do that.
That, friends, is how you do a backhanded compliment.
You didn't have to do that. Okay. So she literally wakes up on Stormwreck Isle.
Yes. I like it.
Lovely.
It works.
Maybe it was being harrowed by harpies, and then they end up getting into some sort of scuffle, and then crashes, and oh my God, what's happening? Oh God, what is this? Why is there a voice?
Or you know what? Maybe they were going along the coast and they made landfall and they anchored the ship off of Stormwreck Isle, and then something came and destroyed the ship while they were on the ship. Maybe something destroyed a bunch of crew members that went to the island to search it, and they were like, oh, there's flashes of lightning happening on the shore.
Yeah.
And then they're like, oh man, we got to go. And suddenly battle over, washed up. Because
so they were already there hearing about the untold fortunes that were potentially on the island, and immediate wreck. And so now she's there. I need to find my crew.
Yep. I need to find my crew. I need to, if they're not
I need to find my crew. Oh, look, other adventurers. I need your help.
Yes. And also, I know that there are things to be had here. I also know.
So maybe she knows a little bit more information.
Yeah. So she would be, as a pirate, you would already be kind of given like, as a GM, if somebody was a pirate and my players were on an island off the coast of where you usually do pirate things, I would roll that character would have advantage to determine.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah, it makes sense.
Oh yeah.
So,
especially it being home to a number of synced vessels, just because of the nature of
nature,
Stormwreck Isle. you
Yeah,
know?
Stormwreck Isle. Absolutely, baby. And she would have a little bit of knowledge of some creature that came, destroyed her ship, killed her whole crew. All she saw was flashes of lightning. She picked up this spear. Sploosh, she's in the water. She wakes up on shore. You have everything you need for a good character development arc.
God, it's so good.
It's just right, is what it
Feels
is.
so good.
And
Feels so right.
maybe somebody on her crew had connections to the Gilded Gallows. Oh. Piratey. Very piratey, having connections to the Gilded Gallows.
Yeah, absolutely. Mm-hmm. One of the vessels a part of the Gilded Gallows, perhaps. Who knows?
So she knows about the shipwrecks, knows about the Gilded Gallows, knows about the island, shipwrecked, spear, family got incarcerated. They were gone when she got back. Nobody cared about her enough to tell her where they went.
Yeah.
So she's traveling along the Sword Coast on a pirate ship, becoming more and more piratey. Ship gets wrecked, crew's gone, she's alone.
So she has an immediate goal and a long-term goal. Immediate goal, what happened to the crew? Once you figure out the crew, does she want to stay and find the treasure, or is it more important for her to go find out to save her family?
That's right.
So you get a little moral dilemma, you got yourself an immediate goal, and you have a long-term goal.
That's right. That's it. We're good. Also, this one's gone pretty long.
Yeah.
We got a little excited here.
It's real good though.
It's real juicy.
Real juicy.
So we got High Ren.
Hi, Ren.
High Ren, the Hexblade Warlock pirate. And boy, howdy, do we have everything we need to make sure that she's going to have a good freaking campaign.
Absolutely.
I'm excited.
Me too.
All right. And I think that's it.
That's your catchphrase.
I gotta end every
That's your
session.
catchphrase at this point.
I gotta end every session like that.
Just
You know
do
I
it. It's you do you, boo.
I will do that.
Okay.
And you know what else I'll do?
What you do?
I'll say bye to our lovely listeners.
Okay, we love you all so much. Bye.
Happy Halloween.
Happy Halloween.
Boo.